A very good morning to all my dear students. How are you all? I hope that you all are fine and fit and you all are staying healthy at your home. As you all know that I am your English teacher, Miss Priyanka, and in today's class we are moving towards MCB, right? Earlier we were doing the grammar portion, but from now onwards we will be doing MCB. So students, which chapter we have to do? Yes, we will be doing chapter number 3, a wise lesson. So all of you quickly take out your MCB books and page number 15, chapter number 3, a wise lesson. Take out very quickly. I hope that all of you have taken out. Yes? So students, in our life, whenever we do a thing, right, we take some advice from our elders or from our parents, right? And whenever we do something wrong, or if suppose if I say, or whenever we fail, so everyone teach us a lesson, right? Everyone advise us, everyone tell us something good, and from that lesson we learn in our life, right? Suppose if a child fails in a class, right? If a child fails in a class, so from that failure he will learn a lesson that he should be very much attentive in class from the next time onwards, right? So in every situation of life we learn different lessons, right? And from those lessons we imply them, or we use those lessons in our future life. So in today's chapter, today also we will be reading a chapter named A Wise Lesson. That what was the lesson that is given in the story and how a person learned after it, right? So students, before moving further, what we have to do? We have to first know that what are folk tales. Basically, the chapter which we are going to read is a folk tale. Basically, students, folk tales are the stories which are passed down from one generation to another by word of mouth. Through these tales, the ethics of the culture are taught to the young and the old. This is a Jewish folk tale, right students? So what are folk tales? Basically, folk tales are the stories that are being passed from one generation to another. Our grandmother told stories to our mothers, and now our mothers are telling the same stories to us, and then same stories will be passed on to our next generation, right? So there are several folk tales that are prevalent in India also, right? And we usually, when we are about to sleep, so our mothers usually tell us the folk tales. Basically, these folk tales, they tell us more about our culture, right? They tell us more about our culture, and we feel overwhelmed about knowing our beautiful culture, right students? So similarly, the tale which we are going to learn today, it is not an Indian folk tale, it is a Jewish folk tale, right? So the name of the chapter is A Wise Lesson, and before starting the lesson, we will read some difficult words. I will pronounce those words for you all, and you all have to repeat after me. Alright? Okay. So student, the first difficult word that came here is glad tidings. All of you repeat after me how you are going to pronounce it. Glad tidings. Right? The next word here is, you tell me. Yes, it is Renown. All of you pronounce it renown. Now, the next is potential father. How will you pronounce this word? Potential. Potential father. Alright? Next is robust. Pronounce it after me. Robust. And now it is boasted. How will you pronounce it? You will say boasted. Alright? Now all these difficult words have some meanings, right? So what are the meanings? Glad tidings. The word glad tiding means good news. The word glad tiding means good news. Alright? Now, renown. Renown. The meaning of this word renown is fame. What is the meaning of the word? Fame. Potential father. Potential father is to be father. Someone who is about to be a father. And robust. Robust means strong and healthy. Yes, robust means strong and healthy. And the last word here is boasted. What is the last word? Boasted. And the meaning is talked with too much pride about one's own action. You might have seen such people who talk with so much pride, right? So robust is the word which means talked with too much pride about one's own action, right? So these are the meanings of these difficult words, and these difficult words will come in the story. So whenever you read these difficult words, you will eventually understand their meanings also, right students? Okay, so let us read the chapter. First I am going to read the entire chapter which I am going to teach today, and then by little paragraphs I am going to explain the meaning. Alright students, so you have to focus on voice modulation and pronunciation also, that how ma'am is reading a particular word. Alright, come to page number 15. In a town of a remote island lived a God-fearing man whose wife could not have children. One day, however, she became pregnant, and her husband, rejoicing in his heart at the glad tidings, said, "You will give birth to a son who will be the comfort of our souls and the delight of our hearts. I will educate him and bring him up well, and he shall inherit my good name and increase my renown." Thus spoke the happy potential father. But his wife replied, "You speak foolish words, for the future is unknown to you. How do you know that my childbirth is going to go well? That I shall give birth to a son and not to a daughter? That the child is going to live long? That it is going to be robust and healthy? You should not have spoken such idle words and boasted, but left everything to God, who controls our destinies. It may befall you as it once befell a certain dervish. When her husband asked her what had happened to that dervish, she told him the following tale. Right? So this is the portion that we are going to complete today of page number 15. Now students, what is happening in this story? Right? Let me tell you that what is happening in the story. There is one potential father. There is one father who is about to be a father. Right? He is a potential father. And there is one lady, she is about to give birth to a child. In the previous time, she was not getting pregnant, but now she is pregnant. Alright. So, what happens is, So now she is pregnant, right? And the potential father is very much excited by hearing the news that he is about to be a father. For any mother and father, it's a very great news to hear about their children, right? So now what they both are talking amongst themselves, that is being told in the story. Let me explain it to you. In a town on a remote island lived a God-fearing man whose wife could not have children. One day, however, she became pregnant, and her husband rejoicing in his heart at the glad tidings. So, one day the lady became pregnant, and her husband was so happy to know about the good news, right? Glad tidings means good news. He was so happy by hearing the good news. You will give birth to a child who will be the comfort of our souls and the delight of our hearts. Now, the potential father has already started planning about the future. He is saying that you will surely give birth to a son. He is not thinking about daughter. What he is saying, that you will surely give birth to a son, and what will happen, that he will be the delight of our hearts. It means he will be the happiness of our life, right? I will educate him and bring him up, and he shall inherit my good name and increase my renown. Now he is so excited. He is saying that I will surely educate him. I will send him to good schools. He will get good education, and surely he will increase my renown. He will increase my fame, right? He is already so proud of his child, right? He has already started planning of the future. He has already thought that surely he will get a son. All right. Thus spoke the happy potential father. But his wife replied, you speak foolish words, for the future is unknown to you. But the wife said, you speak foolish. We don't know about anything, what will happen in the future, and you have already started planning. How? How do you know anything about the future? Future is very uncertain. We are human beings. We just live the present, right? We don't know anything about the future. So the same thing wife is saying, why are you thinking too much about the future? We are not at all aware about it. How do you know that my childbirth is going to go well? That I shall give birth to a son and not to a daughter? That the child is going to live long, and that it is going to be robust and healthy? Now the wife is asking several questions from her husband. What she is saying? She is saying that how do you know that I will be giving birth to a son only? How do you know that, right? So basically, I can give birth to a daughter. So how do you know about it? And how do you know that the childbirth will go well, right? Some mishappening can also be there, right? So she's asking such questions from her husband. And how do you know that the child to which I am giving birth will be healthy, right? So we don't know anything about the future. So how can you plan for the future from now onwards, right? So the wife is not liking all these words which the husband is saying, because she's saying that don't plan about the future. We first have to live in present. All right. Now, you should not have spoken such idle words and boasted, but left everything to God, who controls our destinies. It may befall you as it once befell a certain dervish. So now the wife is saying, don't think too much about the future. Just believe in God, right? Have faith in God. He will do everything good, because everything is in the hands of God, right? Everything is in the hands of God. We cannot do anything about the future. We are simply humans and we do not know anything about the future. So please stop planning about the future. Otherwise it can happen. Otherwise something can happen as it happened with the dervish. Right? When her husband asked her what had happened to that dervish, she told him the following tale. So her husband asked, what happened to that dervish? Right? Tell me that story. Right? So now he wants to know about that story, and now the wife will tell the tale. So students, we will continue the remaining story in the next class. Till now I have explained you page number 15. Alright students, and there is one word which came here is dervish. Basically you can see the picture of dervish on page number 16, and the meaning is a member of a religious group who performs a fast dance as a part of worship. Right? So this is the meaning of dervish. Now students, you will be reading the entire story. You will be underlining the difficult words. You have to put today's date in your MCB notebook. You have to write the name of the chapter. Then you have to draw a drawing, right, as a front page. And in the next page, you will be writing the word meanings. This side will be with black gel pen, and this side the meanings will be with blue gel pen. I hope now page number 15 is clear to you all. Now we will move ahead in the next class, and all my students will do their work very sincerely. Thank you so much, class.